teachings to self-enlightenment to be defined as gods came from the African people of the Nile Valley. These Europeans, after studying and learning all these knowledges, later returned into Egypt, murdered their teachers, stole all the knowledge, took it up into Rome and hid the books, and then went around the world and created a system of the Dark Ages where they deliberately made everybody become stupid as hell. That's why people's walking around right now that's too damn stupid to know that a plant is a living life form because of what they did during the Dark Ages. They took all the knowledge away from everybody, lied to everybody and told everybody there was no knowledge on earth until the white man came along. Too bad that doesn't make sense because you wasn't even smart enough to turn brown on the planet that has a sun that could cook your ass all day. But then the brown people who was smart enough to turn brown to deal with the sun all of a sudden become intelligently inferior to your ass. But wait, at the same time while we was in Egypt building them pyramids, you guys was up in Europe in the Ice Age. That's where the world got introduced to eating meat from because people knew that that was taboo. No one would eat any freaking meat. Most of the people that's in America that eat meat because of the seasons where when the continent broke apart and you drifted where sometimes it get cold and there's nothing else left. The only people that eat meat is people that had to eat meat because of being isolated in cold regions where there was no vegetation growing. To prove to you that a plant lives, you can't make a plant grow unless it's under the same conditions that's suitable for human life. A plant will not grow there. So plants are very synonymous to us. They are actually our chosen method of food. Back to what we was talking about. The system of white supremacy was something that was generated through a need to control the black population on earth and to steal all the wealth of the earth from the many black people that was one family on earth that were the first inhabitants of this planet. The Europeans are recessive melanated people. It means that you guys are melanated people that has lost your melanin. It has nothing to do with you being superior or any of that stupid
God's
shit.
chosen people.
You're not God's chosen people because you were not the first people here.
The first people here were God's chosen people. If you choose to objectify yourself, you choose to separate yourself from God's chosen people.
That's absolutely right. And that's what they, not only have they choose to separate themselves from God's chosen people, they separate themselves from everything that is naturally made by God. That's the reason why you go in the grocery store now and the only thing you can buy is all processed food that's put in boxes. Control, control, control. This big planet that we have, the United States of America, you cannot find no fields growing food for the citizens here anywhere, which is ridiculous.
In the land of the free.
In the land of the free. And this is ridiculous because it could be so many jobs if they just started an agricultural industry here. But they don't want an agricultural industry here because that creates wealth for people. And they don't want people to be wealthy. They want people to be soldiers. So they can go around the world and steal everybody else's homes just like they did to the citizens right here in America. Do you understand? Now, you guys can get mad at me if you want to, but you can't refute it. See, that's what's really heartbreaking about some of the garbage. Because you know truth when you hear it. But because of your cognitive denial, that means that because of the denial of the information that you attain, because it doesn't fit. See, let me explain to you what I mean. This is your plate. There's an avocado. That's a tomato. That's some lettuce. A banana. An apple. A pear. And an orange. All these things are synonymous with God. God made them through nature. Here's the other stuff. Corn nuts. Cheese twists. Freaking bacon skins. Them nasty porky things. Okay, what is this? A Hostess Twinkie. A strawberry fruit flavored melanin absent cherry pie that's made by Hostess again. All this crap. And if you take the average little girl to that table and give her what she gonna eat, she's gonna pick that man-made synthetic stuff. Because that's what the parents were giving her when she was a baby, because that's what their parents gave them. So the thing is, when you give somebody stuff and they don't have the right information about what's the best food for them to choose, they would choose what was available for them when they was a child. So since my mother taught me about Jesus Christ, for a long time I was on that. But then I grew up and I knew there ain't no Santa Claus. Somebody been lying to my ass. And then I thought, no, they been lying about Santa. What else they been lying about? But this is what really got me. The nerve of my parents trying to make me worship the image of a white man on the wall. And every time I go out into the world, a white man putting his foot up my ass. And I knew that was not godly. I knew it.
Christian white man.
And they were all Christian. But wait, not only them, even the black Christians in the church, the preachers, they were just as equally bad. And I was looking at them saying, ooh, there's something wrong with this. Now he's sitting up here now, he just been up in the pulpit preaching, and I'm running through the alley, he like he's smoking cigarettes. And I knew when I was a kid that you shouldn't smoke cigarettes. But you see grown people, 50 years old, and they ask yourself, what is going on? How can a person that's 50 years old be smoking a cigarette? Because we live in a society that tells people it's okay. How do they tell people it's okay? By it being available.
We live in a society that doesn't define right and wrong, good and evil.
It does.
No.
It defines it.
From what I've been learning and what I've been observing.
Let me explain to you why I say it defines it. See, we all know. Watch what I tell you.
Go ahead.
Okay. Here's a diaper right here. It's got shit in it. It's full of shit. Here's a diaper right here. It's a perfectly fresh, clean diaper. No problem. Watch this. I'm going to put both them diapers right there. I'm going to take a $100 bill and stick it in that diaper with the shit in it. Now, under normal circumstances, who would want a diaper with shit in it? No one. But see, don't want the shit. They want the $100 that's inside of it. So sometimes you got to put up with the shit of this world to be able to get the money necessary for you to survive in it. Do you understand? But here's the cold-blooded part. Under normal circumstances, this fresh, clean diaper would have been the one that would have got selected. But for some reason, now you got a fresh, clean diaper that gets treated like it's the dirty shit. Ain't that something? So now you wonder why it's black people that's walking around this planet being treated like shit all the time. It's because the motherfucker that is the shitty diaper got all the money. So it is a unique distinction between what's right and wrong. It's just that being wrong is more profitable. And since we got a country that's based on immoral acts, like they make that stupid movie, Desperate Housewives, okay? Wait a minute, what is the other one that they make that make me so mad all the time when I hear it? Because you shouldn't be showing this stuff to a society that you're trying to perpetuate into being a divine existence. Okay, now listen to what I'm saying to you. The sanctity of a mother is something that should not be tarnished on mid-TV at 6 o'clock at night. You're not supposed to be showing developing 14-year-old girls that it's okay to go out and cheat on daddy or your husband because he works so much and you gotta have your little thing stimulated. No! You know, how dare you put something like that on television? Unless, of course, you want a bunch of infidelities in all of American homes so you could come along later and steal everybody's shit. Ain't that exactly what they did?
Isn't that what you observe in your community?
Hell yeah. That's exactly what I saw. Now, I don't care about the other people who want to act like they don't see the lion.
Right.
Okay, now I'm going to sit here and tell you, I see a lion right there. And they're probably a roar. Okay, and then you don't stand there right next to me talking about,
I don't see no lion.
I see no lion. I said, okay, well, did you hear the roar?
I ain't hear no roar.
Okay, well, if you didn't see Desperate Housewives, that's one thing. But if you didn't see them take all the houses, you a stupid motherfucker. Now, I'm sorry, but sometimes you gotta get emotional about it. Because they need to stop walking around here living in a daze. Okay, thinking foolishness that plants don't have life. If you start watering the plant and take it away from the sunlight, it will die. It will not stand up like this anymore. Okay? It will not. It's really simple. So the problem with the average American citizen is that we have gone under a system of brainwashing from a government who never had our best. Let me put it to you this way. The government, again, that came here and murdered all the original people here and brought other people here from other countries as slaves and then turned all the garbage and filth that they had already fucked up over in Europe, free from Europe, to come over here and perpetuate the same bullshit they had over there, is the reason why America is the way it is. Stop blaming it on black people. Black people been victimized in this country just like every other person. But we've been victimized here more than the average person because we got victimized on our own land and then lied and told we were brought in from Africa. Oh no, we were not. Some people were, but the majority of our asses were already here. Okay, now I'm knowing. I know because I did my own research and I read my own books. Because I had graduated from their school and the only thing that I was ready for was Santa Claus and Jesus.
Yep, the thing I was told to do, read a book. He read books. That's why I didn't.
I still read books. Let me show you.
Yeah, I'll show you. I get a lot of people telling me that I need to go read books. The reason why I don't read books is because I learned all the information from this individual.
Let me show you what I read. Where my glasses at?
On your head.
Oh. I'm so used to losing them. Thanks. Okay, listen, let me break something down to you. It says, thousands of the more than 2 million Africans that actually attended the unprecedented Million Man March in a photographic corner of Washington, D.C. in 1988.
1988.
President Bill Clinton gave a muffled United States apology for his forefathers' enslavement of Africans. He later went on a 2-week tour of Africa in honor of a USA estimate of 20 million slaves forced through the door of no return from Africa. Let's see. Is that the 20 million he subtracted from Ma'afas? Ma'afa means the African existence under the Britain dominance, the British system of oppression. It's better and bigger than America. This is something that's been perpetuated from Europe. The big center of all of this tyranny all over the planet is Britain and Israel. Israel is just a hitman for Britain. Okay, and the United States also a hitman for Britain. 450 million out of the 2,000 years of genocide via Christians crusade. Who crusade? Christians. Ooh. What do you mean Christian crusade? Let me tell you what a Christian crusade is. Let's go back to what I was saying to you about the Knights of Templar and the Catholic. The crusade was when they ran around Europe and terrorized everyone. They stole all the land from all the people who owned all the things and forced them into debt, just like they did here in the United States. Then once they forced them into debts, they tell them, this year you better have such a good crop or we're going to take your land. People go out there and work hard as hell all day, and then in the middle of the night, they send their goons out there to throw seeds into their new beds. So when the crop time comes, now you got 2 plants growing. This poor man going out there working his ass off, him and his family, to try to stop the church, who later became the banks. So in the beginning, you owed all your money to the Catholic Church. The banking system came later. It went from being the Catholic Church to the banks. And Bank of America right now is one of the most wicked entities on this planet. I mean that. Now let me finish, let me go on. The Knights of Templar were the first Ku Klux Klans. They went around enforcing what the dominating European lords or bishops or whatever have you was implemented would be the act to be carried out. Okay, they were the ones that started off as orphans because earlier in their lives their parents had been killed by these same people and they were left without parents, and that was the reason there was a need for orphanages. Before Europeans, there was no orphanages, there was no jails, and there was definitely no old folk home because that was something that was never thought of amongst the African people. It was taboo. That's absolutely right. Okay, so the Knights of Templar played the same role as the KKK. They terrorized all the Europeans and made them accept the Catholic religion. After they accepted the Catholic religion, they had to pay all these expensive taxes. They all got rounded up and turned into a herd, an army, and they went all through Africa and enslaved and pillaged and lied. And now to this day, we see Jesus everywhere you go around the world as everyone's forced upon them God. Okay? Now let me finish. Door of no return from Africa. Let's see. Is that the 20 million he subtracted from Ma'afa, 450 million added to the 2,000 years of genocide via Christian crusades subtracted from 10,000 years of civilizing the world. Now listen, they actually believe, for some reason, that